I'm delighted to be joined by Aaron Chalmers. You've got a massive fight ahead against Darren Till, and it's quite fitting that it's going to be in Birmingham because that's where your MMA journey began. Can you tell me that story? Because I believe you're on a beach somewhere in Bulgaria, your manager talks you into it, and then suddenly you're training with Leon Edwards. So tell me about that.
No, so we were in a beach in Bulgaria. I was on doing like a personal appearance in a club. And we were sitting on the beach and we were just talking because I think I was 29 and he was like, "So what's your plans? Like, what do you want to do after Geordie Shore?" And I was like, "Look, I want to see." And it was such a throwaway comment. I said, "I just want to have one fight because I don't know if I've got the balls to have a fight. Like, I've never had a fight. Like, in school, I never had like a fight. Had a few scuffles on nights out after a few pints, but I didn't know if I had the balls to have a fucking fight in an arena." Fucking just like so random. His brother was the matchmaker for Bama, and he was like, "We got back," and I totally forgot about it. And I went away and filmed Dex on the beach, and he's like, "Got back," and he's like, "I've got you a fight," and I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You're fighting in I think it was like 7 weeks." I knew a lad from Birmingham who was good friends with Leon, and I just the next day I packed my bags, drove down, moved to Birmingham, and it was 9 years. Me MMA debut was 9 years ago. I think next week or the week after in Birmingham. So 9 years later, we're fighting Darren Till. So it's been a bit of a roller coaster.
I mean, it was a mental night that. I remember they chucked you in right at the deep end, didn't they? Because he was quite good at Muay Thai. I think he'd had like 30 odd fights.
What I wasn't told, I was told, "Oh yeah, he's just like he was never had a fight." Then about 2 weeks before, I got a message saying, "You do know he's had 35 Thai boxing fights, right?" And I was like, I messaged my manager and he was like, "Yeah, but it's not MMA." I was thinking, "You fucking cheeky bastard." So yeah, it was that was in the back of my mind, but I feel like getting in there, it was kind of fight or flight. That's the only way I can describe it. Like it was either get hit and shy away, or just get stuck in. And yeah, we just got stuck in and fucking we got the win. But I remember walking out of that because the MMA crowds are very, is it a fickle? Is the word fickle? A very fickle crowd. Like people were like, "He's jumped the queue. I've had these many amateurs and stuff." And obviously, I was only there purely because of the TV background. Let's not deny that. But yeah, we got the win. We got the win, and fucking, I got that feeling of winning, and I was like, "Yeah, this is a bit of me." So I started taking it a little bit more serious, and like I say, I'm fucking still here 9 years later. 9 years later.
I mean, it must be insane for you to witness everything that's happened in the combat sports world over the last years because you've had the likes of Tommy Fury, KSI, Jake Paul, but you're basically the daddy of crossover combat sports.
I was the first one, and I think people forget that. Unfortunately, I haven't got a heavyweight world champion as a brother to push me on a bit more. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like I haven't been given as much opportunities as other people. But listen, I've stuck around, and this is the biggest opportunity that's been presented to us, which Tommy Fury bottled. So yeah, I feel like I've stuck around, in the big fights hopefully will start coming in. I mean, I'm fucking 39 next month, so I'm not a spring chicken. Do you know what I mean? But I keep myself healthy. I don't drink anymore. So I'm up for the challenge.
100%. I think we're all looking forward to it because you're proving yourself in boxing, proving yourself in MMA. You're looking great in bare-knuckle, obviously beating Jack Fincham. A good win because he was an established amateur boxer. Now
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
taking on Darren Till. Massive, massive challenge. Talk to me about getting this fight and it all coming together.
Yeah, so I was offered the fight 8 weeks ago. So like 12 weeks out from the fight, 12 weeks out from the show. And straight away I was just like, yes. I said yes straight away because I thought there's no bigger name in combat sports in the UK, in my eyes, than Darren Till. When he fights, it goes everywhere. Um, and then it come back. We had done some negotiations, and then they're like, "Oh, I feel like they were looking for maybe like a bigger opponent, as in." I heard they were on about some ex-UFC fighters in MMA. I heard there was a few names chucked about. So I just forgot about it. And then like 2 weeks ago, they come back to us. They come back and said, "Look, do you want the Darren Till fight?" So I was just like, "Oh, fucking," I said, "Yeah, why not?" Like I've never, you know, it is. I'm not one to turn down a fight. I'm not one to turn down a fight because I just think every opportunity that's presented to you is being presented to you for a reason. So I said, yeah. And then like I got a little bit of nerves because I was thinking, "Fuck me, he's fucking massive. He's massive. He's awkward. He's fucking everything. He's just an awkward. He's just an awkward fighter." And then I was driving, and my phone was pinging, ping, 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 and I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" And then they had announced it, and they didn't tell us. So once that got announced, I remember driving. I was like, "Yeah, it's fucking on now. It's on." So yeah, we've been in full training. But listen, I'm under I'm not stupid. I know what's ahead of us. But I do feel at home with the bare knuckle. I'm in camp. It's kind of at my walk around weight. So I've got no weight cut, so I'm fucking eating very well. There's no weight cut. I'm running. I'm fucking strong. So yeah, it's a daunting challenge, but it's also exciting.
100%. I mean, we know how experienced he is in MMA and boxing as well now. But when it comes to BKFC, you're sort of the guy with the more experience here. Do you think that'll play a part in the fight?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, looking at Darren, I would imagine he's had a few fist fights over the years. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's not deny he's not a quiet kid, is he? So I could imagine he's had a few fist fights over the years. But I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I wouldn't like to say. Maybe he might be a bit cagey. He might come flying out the block. That's just something that we'll have to prepare for on the night. You don't know how someone's going to react, because I remember my first bare knuckle in Dubai. They were carrying someone back up the ramp where we were walking down, and he was hanging over two people's shoulders. Right, he was fucking face to split up, and I remember walking down past him thinking, what the fuck am I doing? Like, honestly, I was like, what am I doing? But yeah, I got in there and I felt more at home in there than I have in boxing or MMA. So hopefully that might play a part. But like I say, it's Darren Till. So we'll have to see on the night.
He's obviously an icon, Darren Till, but you've been in with legends before. Floyd Mayweather, can you tell me a little bit about that experience? Before we touch on the actual fight itself, beforehand, I believe he was causing all sorts. You were stood in the ring waiting for him, and he was having a dance. He was playing all the mics.
It was a fucking circus, you know. Proper circus. Like, listen, not Floyd Mayweather, but the entourage that he had around him and stuff was just fucking, it was pathetic. Like it was embarrassing. I can understand. Like, I've seen things of how he hasn't got much money left and that, and I'm not surprised when he's got 30, 40 people around him, like blowing smoke up his arse. Yeah, it was just the best way to describe it was a fucking circus. All dead fucking bright jackets on and sparkly fucking Mayweather on the back. It was just a circus. And I feel in that fight, I just give him, like, I took the fight on 4 weeks' notice, and I had been drinking. My younger son wasn't too well, and I had just been drinking a lot. And I dropped like 11 kilos in 2 weeks, in 4 weeks to get the fight. So it was. And I just give him too much respect in there. Looking back now, I should have just fucking went in and had an actual fight like a bare knuckle. But I just give him far too much respect. But I mean, I can happily see. I've got a picture at my door, and every time I walk in, I look, and I just feel like it's an AI, because it still doesn't feel like it happened.
I mean, I would definitely have a picture up in my house if I'd fought Floyd Mayweather.
You know what's funny?
Like?
An Amazon driver come once, right, and the door was open because it's right at the side of the door, and he was looking at the picture. Looking at me, he was like, "Is that Mayweather?" I said, "Yeah." He's looking at the picture. I look at me, and he turned around and walked off. And I'm thinking, he thinks I've put that together. Like, he doesn't believe that that's an actual fight.
Your life has just been incredible. All the things you've done. You're obviously on Geordie Shore first, and there was loads of kickoffs on there. Can you tell me what's the wildest memories or the biggest kickoff you witnessed in the Geordie Shore house?
So, do you know, in Geordie Shore, we do get told, right? Obviously, we can, like, they say, look, like, arguments and stuff are fine, but there can be no. I mean, I think there has been in the past, like, a few like shots thrown, but we are specifically told before we film, if anyone is punched or hit, then you're going to be suspended, and that could be termination of the contract. So we are aware that we can't. I mean, it's easier said than done when you're fucking 2 or 3 bottles of vodka deep. Do you know what I mean? But I never really had any massive, a few arguments, but never like coming to blows. Like, not that I can remember, but some of the girls' fights they would do quite well in BKFC, actually.
And rolling even further back into your life, you're obviously working on the oil rig for a period of time. Do you have any stand-up memories from that? Because that must have been a fascinating job to do.
Yeah, so do you know, I started scaffolding when I was 18. And the kid that was teaching us the scaffold, he had been on the oil rigs. He took it. Like, I remember going to his house for a drink, and he had like fucking his own house, and he had like 4 or 5 motorbikes. And I just had it in my head. He was like 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. And I was like, that's what I want to do. I just want to get offshore. So I was just rattled through all my scaffolding tickets, got all me offshore stuff, and went offshore when I was 22. And I fucking loved it. Loved it. And then obviously all the older men who had kids, be like, "Oh, will you work my Christmas?" Obviously Christmas was double time. you would only work like half the time. You would get like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day off, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day off. So I used to fucking love it. I would come home in January, loads of money, everyone was skint. I was just like, it was fucking mint. I was young. Yeah, it was fucking, it was excellent. And obviously I got presented with a chance to go on Geordie Shore. So you see with me, I just take every opportunity that's given to us. I feel like every opportunity comes around at the right time. From scaffolding to offshore to Geordie Shore to MMA to boxing, and now obviously bare-knuckle, the Till fight. I feel like this is the bigger fight than Mayweather, if you want my honest opinion. So yeah, I'm very excited for it. Like that, I'm very, very excited for it. And like I say, I'm under no illusion what he brings to the table, but I train hard.
Yeah, you've written an incredible story, and I think we're all looking forward to the next chapter against Darren Till. But Aaron, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you.
Thanks, James.
No, you're very welcome, mate. Before I let you go, is there anything else you'd like to mention about the fight?
No, just tune in. Tune in. Obviously, I have looked at Instagram. I think it's all one-way traffic thinking Till. But listen, this could be the biggest upset in combat sports. So definitely tune in.